What iconic photo in music history was taken on this day in 1969? And what groundbreaking album in rap music was released on this day in 1988? Those answers and more coming up in today's edition of This Day in History, plus a complimentary play on the game tonight between the Cubs and the Kansas City Royals. Yesterday I took a split with my complimentary plays, cashing with the Angels on the run line, losing with Arizona on the run line as my love-hate relationship with Zach Greinke continued once more when he pitches with the Diamondbacks. Greinke actually pitched well against Philadelphia last night, but once again the Diamondbacks failed to support him offensively. So, took a shot with Arizona as a huge 145 underdog. They failed, but still can't complain with my complimentary play run here, as overall I've won 55 of my last 86, including 8 out of 10 since last Friday. Now, in terms of my best bet last night, I lost. 20 dime play, Cleveland on the run line, minus $1.25 at home against Minnesota. Carlos Carrasco once again pitched well, but Indians didn't support him either. So, I lost. One loss is not going to stop me. It doesn't deter me. It does not shake my confidence. Hell no. Why should it? I've still won 26 of the last 39 days, and I'm coming right back with another 20-dime raised roof winner tonight, because those 20-dime raised the bar releases, hell, I'm going for number 9 out of 13 since 2 Fridays ago. And it's a line strategy lock, and I'm going to explain to you when you get this play, if you choose to do so, why I've opted to play this game on the run line rather than straight up. And I had the option to go either way because the money line price wasn't absorbed too high, but I thought it was better to go ahead and lay the 1.5 runs at a small take-back price instead tonight. And I'll explain to you why. And once again, you get this play for half price off, just like all the others over the past couple weeks, by using coupon code RAISE. Also, I want to point out that Tommy Brunson, who I just added back to the staff here 5 days ago, has gone 4-0 since I added him back to the staff. And tonight, his first 100-dime release goes on the Wednesday night card. You get it for well over half price off, a savings of $70 off the regular $99 price, which means you get the play for $29 by using coupon code TOMMY29, TOMMY29. All the other discounts, promos, etc. are over on the home page. So without further ado, let's get to answering those questions, which I know you can't wait for. But first, let's tease you in real history today, the serious stuff. In 1974, a Republican president announced he was resigning because, can you believe this? He obstructed justice. I mean, can you believe that? Damn, a Republican president did that? Yes, Richard Milhouse Nixon announced his resignation today. Of course, he resigned the next day, and then he was ultimately pardoned by Gerald Ford. What the hell was he thinking about? I don't know. But anyway, that happened in 1974. In 1988, on this day, the first night game being played at Wrigley Field under the lights. The city of Chicago survived. Baseball survived. Yeah. Did it really make a difference? Also in 1988, on the same exact day, a groundbreaking album in hip-hop music, Straight Outta Compton, released by NWA. Listen, certainly, I understand it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, and it's still certainly a controversial album, but it changed the whole direction of hip-hop music, from its attitude to the message. It really galvanized the fan base. It was just, as I said, groundbreaking is the word to describe that album by NWA, Straight Outta Compton. Also, on this date, in 1969, I believe you pronounce his first name Ian McMillan, on a stepladder in the middle of Abbey Road, took 6 shots of John, Paul, George, and Ringo crossing the zebra crosswalk, the pedestrian crosswalk in front of what is now called Abbey Road Studios. At that time, it was called EMI Studios. You know they didn't rename it Abbey Road Studios till 1985. Took 6 shots. One of those 6 shots, Paul McCartney eventually chose among the shots to use on the Abbey Road album, and that iconic photo was taken on this day in 1969. Now listen, if you are a Beatles fan and you happen to go to London, you've got to go take and check out that place right there in front of Abbey Road Studios. It's in St. John's Wood, which is the city of Westminster. You take the tube from downtown, anywhere in London, and it's like a 10-minute walk. Here's my tourist tip for you, though. Everybody and their brother wants to recreate that famous picture. The problem is, this is not like a closed-off road. This is a very busy thoroughfare. The buses, the trucks, the cars, they're constantly going. These drivers are not real happy that you want to pretend you're John Paul, George, or Ringo and smile for the camera while, you know, your Aunt Tilly is taking that picture and taking forever and asking you to, oh, can you stop? Let me zoom in, smile. They are not happy people there when you're doing it. So my advice to you is go after 10 or 11 o'clock at night, turn on your flash, and you can take as many pictures as you want. You can recreate as many poses as you want. And you can sit there all damn night long. That's what we did. It's so much easier, and you get some great pictures in the crosswalk. During the daytime, you're lucky you don't get run over. You might get hit by the car when they're taking the pictures. That's what the reality is. Now, also, when you're in the crosswalk, there is a camera right there on the side of the road that is taking pictures nonstop, and it's uploaded automatically to a site. And you can go and you can download the pictures later in the day. They're not great pictures, but it's kind of neat also to download the picture from the site. And also in front of the Abbey Road Studios, which they do not want you going into the parking lot. They do not want you going anywhere near the studios. That's off limits. But in front of the iconic white walls, which everybody likes to sign, which FYI, they repaint them every 3 months anyway. Great photo op situation to pose in front of the studios, in front of the white walls. So again, you know, anywhere, even from downtown London, you're looking at a 10-15 minute tube ride and a 10-minute walk over to St. John's Wood. And it's a nice suburbanish little residential area in front of the Abbey Road Studios. And of course, listen, if you're a Beatles fan and you're in London, you owe it to yourself to spend a couple of pounds and take the train ride 2 hours over to Liverpool and do the tours and to go check out all the stuff over in Liverpool, because that's really where you're going to find all the things that you love about the Beatles. So there you go. Let's talk now about the complimentary play today. I'm going to go with the Chicago Cubs on the run line, minus the $1.35 at Kansas City. Jose Quintana is going for Chicago tonight. He has not turned out to be anything what the Cubs expected they were getting when they acquired him from the crosstown White Sox late last season. Very inconsistent, to say the least. He is going against a Kansas City Royals team he faced many times during his career with the White Sox, and he didn't exactly pitch well against them. In fact, in 24 career starts, he's 3-9 with a 4.05 earned run average lifetime against the Royals. Pitching at Kauffman Stadium in KC, 4.10 ERA in 12 starts against them. But I'm willing to go with the Cubs here tonight because this is going to be the third straight game in the series where the Royals have faced a left-hander. They have lost 9 straight games against southpaws since late June 27th. And 2 nights ago against Cole Hamels when they lost 3-1, Hamels held them to 7 hits in 6 innings and gave up just 1 run. Last night against Mike Montgomery, when they were shut out 5-0, Montgomery, who was shelled in his previous start at home, I think by the Padres it was, he held them to 5 hits, no runs, in 6 innings. So a Royals team that has just been miserable. They've returned home after a 3-7 road trip. They've dropped the first 2 games in this series. They're 45 games under 500 on the season. They're 15-39 at home. How can you back them here tonight? And they're going with a rookie pitcher, Heath Philmeyer, who has made 4 starts so far since being promoted from the minors. He's got a 4.74 earned run average in those 4 starts, and he's walked 10 batters in 19 innings. Again, I'm willing to invest laying the 1.5 runs with the Cubs and Quintana in this game. Another game that I handicapped tonight, and it's not a strong endorsement, but I just want to throw something out here for you. It's the Dodgers-Oakland A's game. It's a brief 2-game series. So last night the Dodgers won behind Rich Hill 4-2. And that game snapped Oakland's 6-game winning streak. They had been a perfect 6-0 in their homestand, sweeping 3-game series against Toronto and Detroit. And they had put up 33 runs in that 6-game sweep of the Blue Jays and the Tigers. This has been an Oakland team that has been so resilient over the past 2.5 months. A team that is still on a 33-11 roll and has won 14 out of 17 at home and has some great offensive bats. Now, I know Clayton Kershaw is going tonight, and Kershaw has a 2.08 earned run average in his last 7 starts. But this is not the Clayton Kershaw from the past couple of years. This is a Clayton Kershaw that is pretty much a 6-inning pitcher. His strikeouts are down, and he is not a dominant pitcher right now. And he may not be for the rest of the season after 2 stints on the disabled list already this year. Mike Fiers is going for Oakland. He was just acquired on Monday from Detroit to bolster their starting rotation. Great pickup for them. And his final 7 starts for the Tigers, 1.96 earned run average, even better numbers in his last 7 starts than Kershaw has in his prior 7. If I had to play this game, you could take Oakland at plus $1.40. It's probably going to be a low-scoring game. And again, the A's bats. Kershaw, a 6-inning maybe pitcher, and a Dodgers bullpen that has been anything but money in the bank this season. Again, Oakland gives you great value as the home dog here tonight. Again, the Cubs are the great complimentary play. Love them tonight. But I thought Oakland, I'd at least throw you out there some tidbits for consideration. That'll do it, guys. Wish you well, and talk to you again tomorrow when we do this again.